Hi there, and welcome to Coffee and TWIX, a series where we sit down with our amazing associates to get the inside scoop about their life at Mars. I'm your host, Alyssa Mendez, an employee reputation specialist here at Mars, and today I'm joined by our very first guest, Bree Rooks, who is an internal communications specialist for Mars Wrigley North America. Welcome, Bree. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I got my hot chocolate, Dove hot chocolate, and my Twix bar ready to combine the both of them.
I'm drinking some tea out of my brown M&M's mug, and of course, have to have the Twix as well. I feel like I know the answer to this, but what is your favorite brand?
So my favorite brand, it might sound a little corny, but is M&M's. And the reason for that is when I was a little girl, I grew up in Vermont, and so everything was really far away. The grocery store was about 45 minutes away from our house. And so my parents, to get me to go to the grocery store, would be like, you can pick out a piece of candy at the checkout line. And so when we got to the checkout line, I always picked a bag of M&Ms. And from then, my love for M&Ms has only continued to grow. I'm just a huge fan of M&Ms. I love all of our brands, but I really, really do have a special place in my heart for M&Ms.
That is true brand loyalty right there. And I mean, it's such a classic. So it must have been such a full circle moment when you got the role that you have now. So let's take it back. Can you tell us a little bit more about your journey with Mars? What brought you here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I went to university in New Jersey, and I also discovered while in New Jersey, while eating lots of M&Ms, that M&Ms were made in New Jersey. And I was like, oh, I have to work for the company that makes M&Ms. And so when I did more research, that's when I discovered Mars, and I learned all the brands that fall under Mars, as well as our pet care business and MGS, corporate Mars. There's just so many different parts that make up the Mars family. And
Mhm.
so through doing research, I was just really inspired by our environmental initiatives, our community service, our outreach, and our involvement in the community. And so I was like, I have to work for this company. And so I applied to Mars and I didn't get in. And then I applied a second time and I still didn't get in. But the third time is the charm. And I reached out to many different associates, kind of networked a little bit, and was able to get the role that I'm currently in now. And I've been with Mars for a little over 2 years. And so I started as an internal comms specialist and just have been in that role ever since. And I just love it because I get to work with a lot of brands and different associates and just get to continue to spread the message that of Mars and the beautiful business that we are.
Mhm. Well, we are so glad to have you here. What were your first impressions of Mars when you first joined? And how do those stack up now that you've been here for over 2 years?
Yeah. So I didn't realize all the free candy that would be available in the office. When I did my
Yes.
interview, I got a tour of the office and we walked up to a vending machine and I got to pick out all the candy that I wanted to bring home. And I was like, there's no way this is real. This can't be possible. And then every day we get to have ice cream sandwiches and M&Ms. So that was something that I really wasn't expecting
Of
to
course.
have available, which is really, really awesome. Yeah, free M&Ms, which is really fun, but also just everyone is really friendly and really nice, and the opportunities to collab with different teams are unlike anything I ever expected. And also I was very much looking forward to be involved in associate resource groups, and there's over 90 plus just in Mars Wrigley North America, and it's just been amazing to work with different associate resource groups, get to meet different associates who work in totally different fields and work in fields that I didn't even know existed. Like we have a chocolate historian, which is so cool. He knows so much about chocolate, and he's helped me be able to deep dive and learn even more about the history of chocolate and how our brands came to be what they are today. So I think there's just lots of opportunities to collaborate with different associates, but also everyone is just so eager to helping you develop and learn as much as you possibly can in the confectionery area.
Totally feel that way too. And you worked on so many fun and impactful projects. Do you have one that sticks out as a really big win for you that you're really proud of?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a project that really sticks out to me is had the opportunity, like I mentioned before, being able to collaborate with different functions and segments. So I got to work with the employer reputation team to do a little photo shoot in the Newark office. It was my first time. I do photography on the side. It's a skill that I've continued to try to practice, but I was able to put it into even better practice by taking photos of associates at our office. And those photos have not only gone on to be used for career promotional purposes, but also have been used in slide decks now for all of our segments. They get to use them to kind of show what associate life is like in the office. So it's been a really fun project because it started out having one initial use, but has been gone on to be used in so many other different ways, which has been really cool to see. And sometimes I'll be in a meeting and I'll see a slide go up and I'm like, oh my God, I took that photo, which is really cool. So yeah.
That's definitely something to be proud of. And obviously, I can attest, being on the employee reputation team, it was so amazing to partner with you. And it's really cool that we get opportunities as associates to collaborate across different functions and explore our passions. So you are absolutely crushing it. So now I'm really curious to hear this because, like I said, you've done so many cool things here at Mars. Can you tell me about the most interesting day that you've had here?
Yes, absolutely. There's been a lot of interesting days, so it's hard to just pick one. But we were celebrating Halloween in the office. We had our Halloween town hall, and we have what we call at Mars a chief Halloween officer, which is our president of sales, our president of U.S. sales, and he kind of helps promote Halloween externally and internally. And so we were having him featured on stage for Halloween, and we got him in a little costume, and we had him partner with our chief marketing officer, Gabrielle Wesley. And so the two of them were dressed as Beetlejuice and Wednesday Addams. And so the day started with us getting them in costume, getting them in hair and makeup, and getting them ready to go on stage for our town hall, which our town hall reaches just over 7,000 associates. So it's a really, really great way for associates to kind of get excited about Halloween. So we had all that planning going on. We're getting all the setup going, getting all the slides running, getting them ready. And then we also had in the office, we were organizing an brand initiative where we were giving out gum and highlighting National Chewing Gum Day. So we had 5 Gum Extra, all these different mint and gum brands highlighted, and we were just trying to engage with associates as much as possible. So we had that going on as well. And then we had our town hall run, and it went beautifully. And after that, we got in a car and headed into the New York City to be M&M characters, which is really fun, which was always on my bucket list when I joined as an associate, was to be an M&M character. So it's great to have the opportunity to do that as well. So that has been one of my most chaotic days recently, or most fun days, I should
Yeah.
say.
I knew it'd be exceptionally unique, and that sounds so fun. When associates say that no 2 days are the same at Mars, they truly mean it. Clearly, you make a huge impact here at Mars, but I know that you are also very busy outside of work as well. Can you tell me a little bit about what's keeping you busy outside of work?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of things. So currently, right now, I'm mentoring a lot of students at my alma mater, Drew University. So I've been working with a lot of students who are kind of pursuing a career in media and communications. So I've been doing a lot of mentoring work on the side. And then additionally, I've been trying to learn another language. I'm trying to learn Spanish. So I've been taking Spanish classes. And then I also teach English to a couple of students in El Salvador. So I've been teaching English as well. But outside of all of that, just fun things that I've been doing are running, doing a lot of running. I've been learning how to crochet, reading, watching TV, all the fun stuff. So those are just a couple of things that I like to do outside of the workday.
I love it. Have any of your experiences at Mars helped you kind of explore and dive into those passions?
Yeah, absolutely. So, working with the employer reputation team, I've been able to do some social media videos showing our office and highlighting our associate experience. And I think a lot of skills that I've learned through shooting those videos has kind of applied to what I do on the side. I also work with a lot of small businesses on the side to do social media management. So it's been really fun to see, what kind of trends and things we've done to show associates at Mars, how I've been able to apply that to smaller businesses in the area that I've also been working with to help them run their social media pages.
I love that. Mars really is all about growth, no matter where you are in your career. So it's really cool that we have opportunities to work across different teams and different functions and develop new skills. Having said that, have you received any advice that you apply in your day to day here?
One really key piece of advice that I really almost live by is to take on as many opportunities that are presented to you that you feel like can help teach you a new skill. I think one thing, I'm in the communications field. I think there's so many different avenues to go down through communication. You can do social, you can do photo, you can do video, you can do writing, you can do presentation. So there's just like a range of opportunities. I think there's a lot of skills that need to be learned and acquired. So my best piece of advice is anytime a project is offered to you or a new gig is available, to kind of just shadow and take on those opportunities just to see what you can learn and see how you develop, because you might find that you end up wanting to shift your career path a little bit differently than you initially expected. So I think it's the best way to learn new opportunities, but also develop new skills.
That's great advice. And you definitely seize the endless opportunities that come your way. So that is amazing. So obviously you're keeping yourself very busy. How do you typically reset after a long day? Are you watching or reading anything?
Yeah, well, first I grab my M&Ms and then I sit on the couch and then I watch. Either I read biographies. I really enjoy biographies. I think it's really interesting to learn how
Mhm.
other professionals have, kind of the career path that they've taken. I think everyone has a different story, so it's really fun to read and learn just what different associates, not associates, but business professionals are doing. And then I also have been watching. Most recently, I've been watching Outer Banks.
Ah, I need to watch that. That sounds so relaxing, of course. I want to thank you so much for your time today and having a coffee with me. I do have one more question for you though. What advice or tips do you have for someone that is interested in joining a career with Mars?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say if at first you don't succeed, try again. I know it's a phrase that has been
Hmm.
used a lot, but I think that's really true. I mean, it took me 3 tries to land a role, but I think I landed the role that was best for me to establish my career and learn as much as I could about the business. Being internal comms, I get to work with a lot of different functions, a lot of different associates across the business, and I think that has really given me a holistic perspective on the business and allowed me to understand all the parts that make it function so well and so beautifully. So I think just be patient with yourself and try again. Don't give up after the first go, because there's always more opportunities and the right thing will fall into place and align the way it's meant to. So
Hmm.
don't give up.
I love it. Fantastic. So you heard it here, folks. Thank you so much again, Bree. You are amazing. And for those that are interested in joining a career with Mars, visit our careers website at careers.mars.com and tune in next time to Coffee and Twix.
Thank you. Cheers.